I'm Angie Paquette, and I'd like to welcome you to this Fresno Pacific University Professional Development Series featuring Timothy Cagle's book, The Exceptional Presenter. In this series, we will attempt to provide you with a formula that will enable you to always be an exceptional presenter in any venue in front of any audience. We will also share practical methods that will help you develop your skills for a no-fail presentation without any pressure. Rest assured, however, we will not attempt to change your own particular presentation style. Rather, it will be our goal to help you enhance what you already do. Your own copy of Timothy's book, The Exceptional Presenter, will serve as your diary or as your workbook throughout the series, so we encourage you to make good use of it. Using the book, we will focus on the characteristics Timothy has identified that all exceptional presenters possess. Open Up is the acronym that Timothy uses throughout his book to explain the components of an exceptional presenter. We will go through those components in detail as we explore the book, but in short, they stand for stands for organized. We want you to always be organized for your presentations. We encourage you to be poised, to be polished, and to be well prepared so that you feel really comfortable in front of the group. P is for passionate. Now, we know here at Fresno Pacific it's really easy to become very passionate about our message. We're enthusiastic about our programs, and we're enthusiastic about the mission of the university. So passion should be an easy piece for all of us. E stands for engaging. It's really important that a presenter is engaging to the audience. If we stand up and we deliver a message but no one's paying attention, it's a little bit like taking a field trip but leaving all the kids off the bus. N stands for natural. We want your presentation to feel like it really is comfortable to you, that you're a natural presenting it, and that you've been able to tailor the presentation so that you feel comfortable with the material and the content. U stands for understand your audience. We know how critical it is to really understand the people that we're presenting to. So Timothy really helps us examine how can we better understand an audience before we go in to do the presentation to them. And finally, P stands for practice. Practice makes perfect. We've heard that since we were children, and it still makes a lot of sense now. The last concept that Timothy explores in his book is a concept called owning the room. Owning the room is what happens when you are so confident and comfortable with the material that you're presenting that literally you own the room and people can't take their eyes off of you. In a recent survey conducted by the Wall Street Journal with a group of recruiters looking for MBA candidates, they determined that 80.9% of those recruiters were looking for one standout skill. That standout skill was exceptional communication skills and interpersonal skills. Exceptional communication skills win business, hands down. That's just what happens. But I'm here to share with you Timothy's message that all people can learn exceptional communication skills if we simply know the formula. In fact, the Excellent Presenter suggests that we may want to broaden our definition of the word presenter. Timothy suggests that every time we are out in public, we are actually engaged in public speaking. He suggests that when we are standing in line at the bank, waiting our turn, or when we're seated next to somebody at a local high school football game, that every opportunity is an opportunity for good public speaking skills. So what can we do to sharpen the saw, so to speak? What can we do to hone our own presentation skills? In The Excellent Presenter, Timothy offers several suggestions. First of all, he states that those people truly serious about improving their presentation skills, they make a serious commitment to improving. They attend presentation training. They seek videotaping so that they can self-critique, a little bit like I'm doing today. They seek objective feedback from participants, so they really seek out people who they trust that will give them an honest opinion of what they did. They have a system to develop productive habits, so they really work at honing their craft. And finally, they simply practice. It's what's necessary in order to improve. How do you know if your presentation skills are lacking? It's a little bit difficult to do that without garnering some sort of feedback, whether it's your own self-critique using video, or you have somebody you truly trust that will give you honest feedback. Most people, however, will not voluntarily offer you honest feedback. It's something that you're probably going to have to seek out and be very intentional about. Point in case, as a professional trainer in a previous occupation, I frequently presented in front of large groups, and as such would receive written feedback from students. I remember the first time that I got that feedback, it was delivered to me by my boss. It was a little uncomfortable. I can remember thinking, well, I had done the best that I could do, and I really wanted to rationalize and justify the presentation. But in the end, when I settled down and I really listened to the feedback, I really realized that it was meant as a growing opportunity for me. And I took the information and really utilized it as I prepared my next presentation. So what's the big deal if I'm just a mediocre presenter? I mean, really, it can't be bad for business. I'm not a bad presenter after all. Timothy would suggest in his book that that's not really the case, that when you're going up against great competition with great presenters, a mediocre presentation really can do a lot of damage. In fact, one of the examples he cites in his book was of an investment firm that lost a major contract. And when they went back to ask why they lost the contract, the business stated, "We couldn't believe you were managing our financial future. You couldn't manage your 5-minute presentation." Wow, that really says a lot. Mediocrity may have been good back in the day, but today we really have to hone our craft and be at the top of our game. So what do you think? Have we built a compelling argument for developing your exceptional presentation skills? We certainly hope so. We would like to encourage you to take out your copy of The Exceptional Presenter and really become familiar with chapters 1 through 3. We'd like to encourage you to take a close look at some of the activities that are embedded in those chapters. Particularly, we would like you to rate yourself as a presenter on page 29 and be prepared to share that with your divisional team. When we return, John Endicott will walk us through chapter 4, which is about structuring our story. Until then, we want to encourage you to practice and to really start thinking about honing your own craft as a presenter. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to slip away to teach class and really focus on my own presentation skills. Thank you.